Hello friends, welcome to this new video of Trade Like FX Mac. So as the people in my telegram group already know that our today's topic is big players game. Now who exactly are big players and what game do they play? Everything we are going to understand in today's video. And the main part, as we discussed in our previous video, we are not going to understand it from my perspective of how I understand it right now. I'll teach you everything from your perspective. Okay, so now let's begin with the video and let's see the game of these big players. Now first of all, who are these big players? The biggest question is that who are these big players and why do you guys are sitting here watching this video trying to understand who are these, how will they benefit you? Like you would have many doubts that why am I teaching you this? Am I going to connect you to a big player or something, or what exactly is it? So understanding is it is very crucial. Understanding this point is very crucial because it is this that is going to change your trading, guys. Trust me. And if you stay with the process, I will show you each and every loophole. Now, who are actually big players? The most simple definition of big players is someone who has a lot of money. Simple, that's it, that's the end of it, nothing more. Someone who has a lot of money, that's it. Now, and who do you think is actually controlling the markets? I just want you guys to reflect on this for the next 2 minutes. Just you guys think for it that who was actually controlling the markets. I won't answer anything. It cannot be the retailers, right? It cannot be the retailers. Not possible. We don't have so much of capital. Then who exactly is controlling the markets? Guys, it is the big players. They create the game, they create the traps, and you guys fall for it. Ahead we are going to discuss one point that maximum of us feel when we are at our retail stage. So now who actually are controlling the markets? So this is the control structure of the big players. This is it. So let's get into deep and one of them and understand each of them. First are the institutional investors. So institutional investors are the funds who have lot of capital. You guys know about these. I don't need to go in deep. There are many other institutional investors too, and we as retailers think that they are the main players, they have the money and that's it. No guys, there are bigger players than them. Then at second, power. I'm not talking about power in terms of these are the most powerful. It is opposite, guys. We are going from less power to more power. So the second one, who are more powerful than institutional investors, are high frequency firms and prop firms. Because at this point you would think is stupid over here, but trust me guys, these high frequency firms have the game in it. They execute orders in microseconds, which you can't even believe. The spread that you get is due to these high frequency firms. The increase in spread at some crucial hours is due to these high frequency firms. They play the game, and the biggest game in the industry is played by prop firms. Guys, I'm telling you that prop firms have a very dark background, and guys, as beginners you should avoid them. That's all I would say. Now the third comes investment bankers. Guys, I very well know that you guys are aware of these investment bankers also, because these are big names: JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and many other investment bankers. These are the ones who control the money. They have a lot of money and they can invest in the markets. Now the control structure somewhat goes like this: these people control them, these people control them, and it goes like this. The institutional investors take tools from the high frequency firms, guys. You have to know that. It is not very easy, guys. The institutional investors don't have all the tools with themselves. They take it from another firms. So that is why these firms are more powerful than these firms. They take the data from prop firms. These prop firms, which you think that they are very clean, they are not doing anything wrong with you guys. Come on, guys, you have to accept the facts and move on. So after investment bankers, the most powerful segment that contains the entire power, this controls all of this. It is the US Federal Reserve, guys. It contains various many things, and these are just some of them. The ECB, IMF, the World Bank, etc. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is not the whole thing, guys. Trust me, there is a lot more to go, and we are not going in deep in the control structure because this is not that important, guys. The thing is that how are you going to make money? May the big player be anyone, may it be BlackRock trading, may it be some random prop firm or anyone. It is that how are you going to identify and how are you going to trade? So what the heck should we do with all the information? How can it benefit us? Guys, you have to understand that when these firms are doing something, it is not just random movement that they came, they bought some shares and now they came and they sold some shares. No, there is a pattern to everything. You have to understand the pattern. Yeah, that is why I am giving you all this information. The theoretical part, everything that I taught before was just knowledge, and it is actually of no practical use. But now how can all this benefit us? Now let's understand that how understanding the theory part, how this will help us identify the trends. How will it identify us the fake breakouts that the market creates, and how will we be a better trader after knowing all this information? Now let's see that. Understand this, it is very important. They leave footsteps. No one can just enter the markets and just get out without the footsteps. May it be the big players, may it be the retailers, may it be anyone. Now the thing is that the big players have access to the retailers' data, but the retailers don't have the access to big players' data. The retailers need to identify it by their own. They need to identify them. Now, maximum of you don't know how to identify it. Yes, guys, you have to accept the facts, then only you will be able to learn. Now let's see further. Have you ever felt that you enter a trade and marketers hunt your SL and then it directly went to take profit? It's nothing but these forces, guys. You have to understand it. It's not luck, or it's not something that is just hunting your SL. It is the whole group's stop loss. They are not cared about one SL. They don't give a shit, guys. They don't give a shit about this. All they want is the group's stop loss, where there are majority stop losses at the same place. And the thing that retailers do is that we have the stop losses placed almost at the same place. Yes, guys, that is the fact. Majority of the retailers have the stop losses almost at the same place, only a difference of some pips up and down. So this is it for the theoretical part, guys. All the best. Indeed, the future is bright. Now we are going to understand the practical part, that all this knowledge that you got right now about the control structure, who are big players and all this, how is it going to help you in your practical trading journey. This everything that I taught you, this is nothing if you don't have the practical knowledge or the execution knowledge. So this was just like, it was for you to understand that why the things are happening in the market. Now we'll see the practical part of it, that what is happening, how is it happening, and how can you make money of it. So now friends, beginning with the practical session of big players theory. Now let's see that what we discussed in the previous video, how will we implement it in practical. So first of all, I would like to say that this practical session will contain the knowledge that you need and the key knowledge that you need to understand the big players. So listen it carefully with focus, and if currently you are busy or you are not having time, just pause the video, keep it aside, and watch when you have proper time. The knowledge that I'm sharing is priceless, guys. Just because I'm sharing for free does not mean that the knowledge does not contain power. So now beginning with the practical theory. So first of all, starting with the very basics, as I told, I will try to make you explain from your perspective. So understand this. You all know this market contains higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, and that's it. This market contains lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs. That's it. That's it. That much book knowledge is enough, guys. So now let's see next what we have in the practical session. So now I will try to explain you that how these big players work. The main thing that they are the big players are because of the big quantities. It is just because of their order size that they are the big players, nothing else. Now the game is somewhat like this, that we have it divided into two parts, guys. We have it divided into two parts. So the big players have two ways to work. First is the big moves, and second is the consolidation. So in both these phases you will find the big players. Now very well, it was written very well, big moves, consolidation, but in practical markets, how do you find it? It is not that easy. So let's see how do we begin with it. First, let us try to just see the basics. We'll take the first one, which is big moves, and we'll try to see that what does this mean. Now what do you guys understand from big moves? Simply a big candle, a big move. Yes, guys, you guys are perfectly correct. Now how does this happen? Now you see in a market like this, for example, this is the markets, this is happening, the market is going up slightly in a proper trend, in a proper way, the markets are going up. Now in such a scenario, what do you see? That there is one huge down candle, this one big red candle. This is the big move. This is where the big players come into action. Now what do you have to understand and how do you have to trade after this? Let's understand that. So that, let me remove this. Remember that we are discussing the first topic, that is big moves. Now how do we understand what a big move is? So as we saw that it is that when a market is forming a structure like this, see guys, in a practical world you have to understand that The market does not form a structure like this, higher high, higher low. No. It is not like this. It doesn't work like that. The market does not work like that. It goes in a proper order. It creates a structure something like this. While going up also, it has a lot of ups and downs, guys. You have to understand that. So now let's try to understand our big players theory, big moves theory. So imagine that this is an uptrend market. So this is what an uptrend market is looking like, and currently we are over here. Now let's see that what is happening in this uptrend market. We'll zoom out the start. Now here we know that the game of the big players is the quantities that they have. It is simply the game of quantities. So now I'll try to explain you what they mean by quantities. Let's imagine that this is the low. They have bought over here. Now they are not going to sell at random places. See, this is the first place where they can sell. It touched, it came down, it went up. So like this the market structure is formed. Now how are you going to benefit from this? Let's understand that, and let's see that what I'm trying to explain over here. So the quantities that they have bought over here, they have to liquidate it somewhere, and they cannot just sell it directly. Means say that we are over here and now you are saying that they want to sell their quantities. They cannot just sell over here, because if they sell over here at market price, their order will get executed like this, and they will not get this as an average selling price. It will get executed here, and wherever the market is. So that is not what they want. Now what do? They know that the retailers are going to enter on this breakout. So first of all, this is the level. What they will do is they will take the markets over here. They will make people enter the short positions. Now people have entered the sells over here. Where would the people who have entered sells over here put their stop losses? On the high, or 5 pips or 10 pips above the high. That is where the normal retailers do, and that is what the normal players do. So now what these smart players are going to do is that now they will take the price from here, show a little bit profit, then go and hit this. Why did this happen? What was the need of doing this? Why couldn't they just supply the orders from here and boom, go like this? No, friends, understand. This happened because they have huge quantities. I told you, if they would have executed like that, the market would have fallen and they will not get a proper average selling price. So the quantities that they have bought here, when this comes, this high is broken, retailers are entering buy positions. The people who sold over here have their stop loss here, so they are buying the positions over here to square off their sells. And here what happens is, now these people who have bought, they sell their quantities. They want to punch their selling orders. These people who have sold are buying, the people who are breakout traders are buying, and these people are selling. Now here you see a sharp fall, because these people are selling all the liquidity above this. They are simply catching all the liquidity above that. Now understand what lies over here. Liquidity. So they are taking all the liquidity above that, and they are grabbing all the orders, and boom, then you see a sudden sharp fall in the markets. And now in this sharp fall, what they do is, they are not only selling, they are not only squaring off these buy positions, plus they are adding sells. So what happens over here is that when they just square off their buy positions, sometime due to the average price they would not get a proper price, so they add sell positions here too. Now what happens, that this market comes over here, and due to this great panic, people wait for a retest of this area or somewhat, and then the price falls a little bit further more. Now over here near a major zone, they will square off their quantities and they will get out from the markets. Guys, this is how the big players play. They will play it very smartly. They will try to take the stop losses from everyone, and you guys won't even understand what happened. Why one stop loss over here went for sell, why the stop losses of buyers went over here. Guys, it's very tricky, guys. It's very tricky. You have to understand these concepts as early as you can, so you'll be able to sustain for a very long time. Guys, this is how they create panics, and now as you can see, the overall direction is bullish, so they won't take this sell side for a very long time, as they know that the overall trend is bullish. So near this low or something, once again they will bring a liquidity trap and boom, done. Now it will get sideways or something, and that's how they play the game. So this was the first type that I explained to you guys. Now try to understand, guys, that whenever you see this, for example, wait, I will show you a proper thing. This is how a market is going. Now this is one spot of liquidity, this is another spot. When we had a breakout of this, buyers entered. When we had a breakout of this, buyers entered. This was a trap. This was a trap to the sellers. The sellers who entered over here on this breakout, imagine that this had gone a little bit further and then went up. The stop losses were here. They had the stop losses, they had the breakout traders, and then boom. This is how they play. This is the big money's games, because you have to understand why do they have to do this. Why can't they just like say that we are buying over here, and then when it hits this high we will sell over here? Why can't it? Why? Understand. Try to get yourself an answer, guys. I'll wait for a few seconds. Try to get an answer, guys. So come on, this is not possible because of the quantities they have. They have huge amount of quantities. They cannot easily supply it like that. They need to create these liquidities. They need to have these traps all over. And guys, it is we who see it as traps, and whatever we call it as liquidity or something, but it is simply just that they want to circulate their orders, nothing more. It is just the game of orders. They want to circulate their orders, and we have to understand the psychology behind it and act accordingly. So guys, now I would want to explain you the second type. So let's go on the second type and try to see that what it was actually. The second type was the consolidation. Now this type is a little bit confusing because sometimes retailers confuse this type a lot. Means this type is very much underrated. Now for example, say that the market is moving, and now here at a particular point it starts consolidating. What majority retailers will do is this breakdown, sell, breakout, buy. This is what majority will do. First of all, you have to understand that there will be traps during consolidation. This is one of the most dangerous types of traps laid, because during the big move there will be a single trap, or at worst case there would be two traps. During a consolidation zone, they can for accumulating orders, they can bring it over here, go to your sell hunt, got some buy orders, came here again, the same thing, go to your sell hunt, consolidating for a long period of time, Then what they do is they create panic. Boom. Now all the breakout traders enter. All the people who are shorting from this zone enter. Exit. Sorry, the people who are shorting have their SL. They exit. All the breakout traders enter, and now the game begins. Now what will happen next? That these people have got the stop losses. What will happen next is that it came down again. Now all the breakout traders who entered had their stop losses over here. It will simply consolidate, go here. All the breakdown traders will enter, and everyone who had a buy order over here, and the swing traders who had stop losses over here, their stop losses are had. After this move, see the trend. Now one key factor, one key that I'm giving you away is how to find out that during consolidation where is the market going to go. Identify the candle size. If you see that the green candles are of this size and the red candles are of this size, it is very much clear that buying is happening. In that zone. Now after buying is you identify that buying is happening, so now you can avoid all this SL hunting, because you know that the bias is buying. One stop loss can go over here, but that's okay, that's fine. Now after taking this liquidity, the markets will trend again. So this is how the big players play the game. They will smartly play over everyone. Guys, this topic that I'm explaining you over here, big players theory, guys, this is one of the reasons I've got profitable, guys. Trust me, this is a very key theory, guys. It is very crucial that you understand this. Guys, I know that there must be a lot of confusion for you right now. If you have any confusions, ask me in the comment section. You have my personal Instagram ID too, you can message me over there. And do join my Telegram group where I keep giving updates. So for this video, this is a lot of information overload. I have a lot more to share on the big player theory right now. I had 4 to 5 more points to be discussed, but for now I think that this is what we can understand, and this is where our capacity lies. So for now, this is all. We will meet you in the next video where we will discuss in detail about the big player theory. Yes guys, we will keep it the same. We will keep the next video about big player theory only, and we will try to see it in detail, that how it happens. So both the points that we discussed, the big moves and the consolidation point. Okay, thank you for being in the video, and trust me guys, I am not doing anything for me. It was purely for you guys. Even if you don't subscribe, even if you don't like the video, even if you don't do anything, it will not affect me 0.1% too. Just take the knowledge from your, implement in your life and get successful. That's everything I've made this channel for. Once again, thank you guys. It's back on this site. Thank you.